So if you did page 2, and you can pause it and do it yourself, you're going to find the trig ratios for angle A in this first problem and the trig ratios for angle B. So sine, cosine, tangent of angle A, I did that. Sine, cosine, and tangent of angle B, and then compare them. You should get the sine of A to equal the same fraction as the cosine of B. And the same thing, cosine of A is equal to the same fraction of sine of B. So think opposites. Opposite of sine, think cosine, and think opposite of one angle is your other. Sine of A is equal to the cosine of B. And we will do practice problems with that tomorrow, I promise. So that's what would have gone here. Then the other big concept for this target is finding the values of the angles. These were trig functions. They use the sides. Now we can also compare the angles. I told you that the two angles in a right triangle need to add up to 90 degrees. The two angles besides the right angle need to add to 90 degrees. So let's do that. We are going to keep that idea. Remember, sine of an angle, the angle always goes after the word sine or cosine. So theta is my angle. And the two angles in my triangle need to add up to 90 degrees. So theta is an angle, sine of an angle, which is theta, is equal to the cosine of 25. These two angles need to add up to 90 degrees. So let's write that down in a sentence. These two angles, theta is an angle, and 25 is the angle, need to add up to 90 degrees. And then I can just do simple algebra to get theta by itself. Theta is basically an unknown. It's treated like an x. So to get it by itself, to solve for it, I can subtract 25 from both sides. And theta is equal to 90 minus 25, which is 65 degrees. And then you can double check yourself. Theta, sine, so what common mistake a lot of people are going to make is they're just going to be like, well, sine has to equal cosine, so this must be 25. The angles are not the same. They're trig functions, which is their fractions are the same. So sine of theta equals cosine of 25. Those two angles are not the same, but they need to add to 90. So you can double check. If theta is 65, is 65 plus 25, 90, and that is true. Oops. So I'm going to erase that so I can do the next problem. Same thing though. Don't be afraid that I added plus 10 here. You know that this angle plus this angle needs to equal 90. The angles are not equal, they equal 90. So theta plus 10 plus theta, this angle, plus this angle equals 90. Okay, so theta plus theta, I'm not doing this problem, so I'm gonna write on it. This angle plus this, or theta, 1 theta plus 1 theta is 2 theta plus 10. All I did was clean up this side, equals 90. Again, theta is just an unknown. You need to get all your unknowns on one side and your numbers on the other. So I'm going to subtract 10. So I have 2 theta is equal to 80. 90 minus 10 is 80. And then to get theta by itself, I need to divide both sides by 2. Just doing simple algebra now. Theta is equal to 40 degrees. And that makes sense. Plug that back in. Theta plus 10 is 50 because theta was 40. Theta was 40, so plug that one in. 40 plus 50 needs to equal 90, which it does. Okay. Then I'm gonna go skipping ahead then to page 11. I understand that we're skipping. If you want extra practice, you can do the top of page 11. But you can do question 4 and 4A and 4B, and I'm actually going to do those for you on another video. So make sure you watch this video and the next one.